What's the deal, fam? Yesterday I did a video giving my honest opinion of DJ Premier's and Rock Marciano's new single, Amani Section. I thought it was cool. Some people happen to think it was fire. That's the beautiful thing about hip hop, discourse and banter, right? But after reading some of the comments, I'm saying to myself, we've gotten to a place, or maybe we've been there, but I've never addressed it, where a lot of people feel as though if you say everything your favorite artist puts out is a classic or fire, that you're somehow the world's biggest fan and that's your main objective. That's cool, but you're being disingenuous. We were speaking about DJ Premier's production and how over time it has become lackluster in some estimation, or maybe flat, or it just doesn't sound the same. Even if you're the world's biggest Primo fan, I'm a huge Primo fan, which is why I can speak on certain things and which is why I know about the history or his sound, because I've studied it. Once again, even if you're the world's biggest Primo fan, if you're being honest with yourself, you know that the sound isn't the same. In fact, it can't be the same because he switched up his equipment, right? Just that simple thing would lead you to know, or it should be confirmation that it's not the same. When you listen to the drums, the bounce isn't the same either. The mix isn't the same. He's dealing with different engineers, different equipment. So to say that his sound hasn't changed at all is ridiculous. Now granted, I love boom bap too, and I want that to always have high regards or standing within the hip hop culture. But it also needs to be altered or evolved in some estimation. With Primo coming out with a new project with Nas, mediocrity is not going to be enough. That's why I stated yesterday there is a standard. If you're going to wait 25 to 30 years to do an album with Nas and then you're going to give us some uninspired material, just keep it. And I don't care if you're the world's biggest DJ Premier fan. If you feel offended by that, that's ridiculous. And we're in a space to where when it comes to discourse, everyone is like, who's qualified and who can speak about this and who can speak about that. Now, listen up. We grow up debating sports. Who's the GOAT? Who got the best handle? Who got the best jump shot? And none of us in the league, people debate about politics every single day. Don't never run for office. I'm confused. This is music. I support it. I go to shows. I do content about it. I study. I'm not just a casual. When I'm listening to music, I'm breaking down the different elements, because if I don't, how would someone like an engineer get their just due? Because no one is talking about them. So if a person like me doesn't listen to the music and shout out the engineers from time to time, most people wouldn't even care enough to even know who mixed it. So I am qualified in that sense, and so are you. We're all qualified in some estimation, right? But the thing is, we've gotten to the point in hip hop discourse when somebody doesn't agree with you, we start to feel some type of way. DJ Premier is not putting out the material that he once did. That's perfectly fine. But it doesn't mean that he can't evolve. Maybe the heavy lifting is something he can't do anymore. What's wrong with co-production? There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't hold that against him. Think smarter, not harder. Get some live musicians to come in there. That's what you was doing with Adrian Young with the Prime stuff, right? Wasn't that chopped up? That's my thing. We don't want to face the facts when it comes to certain things. Rock Marciano and DJ Premier's record, Amani Section, in my estimation, wasn't fire. I thought it was cool, but that's my opinion. But to see people jump off the window and get so emotional over music just lets me know that we are in a bad place to where we can't even be objective. I don't care who you are. You're not batting 1,000 out here. You're not. No artist has a 5 mic verse every single song. They don't. Every beat ain't gonna be a classic. Every mix is not gonna be perfection when it comes to the sonics, or seek or have perfection when it comes to the sonics. That's just what it is. But as fans and as supporters, we gotta knock it off with all this. You can think what's hot is hot, but at some time you gotta say to yourself, all right, I said this is fire. I said this was fire. I said this was fire. I said this was fire. If everything is fire, and we still complaining about the culture as a whole, we in trouble. And once again, I'll use Nas as an example. We have people running around saying, yo, Magic 2 was fire. Yo, I didn't think that. And I still don't. There's some songs on there that I like, but I think they dropped the ball in many different areas on that. That's just my estimation. But here's the thing, I don't just talk. I can give you empirical evidence. You may not agree with me wholeheartedly, but you can say, you know what, oh yeah, that makes sense. Back to Primo, there's a vast difference in the equipment that he's using. MPC Renaissance in comparison to the MPC 60 and the Kai S950, I believe, that combination is a vast difference. And then you start adding the mixing boards with the analog, and then you throw Eddie Sancho in there. There's so many different variables. So to act like there hasn't been a fall off in some estimation is just not being honest, man. So that's just my take on that. When we start talking music, let's get out of this casual mindset, saying how people, yo, just accept it for what it is. No. If I'm a supporter and I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money on shows and on merch and on the release of the records itself, I should have an opinion and I could share my opinion, and people should just accept that. Just like I would accept yours if you did all those things and checked the boxes. I'm not here to be the super fan of the world. I'm here to be as objective as possible, listen to music, appreciate it, and uphold the standing or the standard that has been put forth, and shed light on people who may not get the necessary publicity or accolades or shine that they deserve, like the engineer, assistant engineer, those who clear the samples, mastering engineers. If we're not breaking down records and sharing those elements, the only people who get the shine are the producer and the rappers. So let's get out of this casual mindset and let's get back to being students and educate one another when it comes to this music. And once again, I still think that Amani Section is a cool record. I don't think that is a classic or that is fire. But if you feel that way, run those numbers up. It's on all streaming platforms, including YouTube. Press play on it so that those two individuals can reap the benefits. There's your man Eeze, the Eeze Experience. Go get yours. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Eeze.